Clancy Brown has so many memorable roles for me that I just forget James Remar exists. I know,
until you bring up his name, and it's like, oh yeah, him, that guy. I just remember him as he was the dad in Dexter, right? That's the only thing I really remember James Remar in.
Yep.
What else was he in?
Oh, well, Paige doesn't like him because of his role in Sex and the City.
And he's in Blackcoat's Daughter. Very good movie, by the way.
Mm.
If I was ever part of a horror draft, and it's like they're like, Mark, you get to pick any horror movie you released in the last 12 years. What's your first pick? I would say Blackcoat's Daughter. And I would lose immediately because they would probably take Get Out or Hereditary, and I'd be screwed. But I lose most of the things I enter because my picks are weird. So
you've won a couple of Lambcast polls.
Oh yeah, you're right, because I went insane and picked Jean-Claude Van Damme.
All over the place. Yeah.
You played to the crowd that time. It was. You just got to play. It depends what crowd is listening at any given moment. You can win.
People see JCVD movies and they vote. I'm telling you, it's my theory. They see it, they vote for it.
As they should. As any good human being should.
Who wins in a fight? JCVD's character from Lionheart. All right?
Ooh.
Or Carter Blake in a pool fight.
In a pool fight?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're both in the water then.
Yeah, like the pool fight in Lionheart. Tough question.
I feel like Jean-Claude Van Damme still has it. I mean, it's been established that just unless he's riding on a shark, Carter Blake isn't really doing anything.
Yeah. He would slip anyway before the fight started.
Anyway, and then he'd get impaled by a dart that was shot by a chef.
Wait. Where is this dart coming from?
From Preacher.
From Preacher.
Wait, Preacher's watching this fight with him against. He's at the fight against JCVD.
I think in this scenario, the JCVD is the shark.
Yes. He's the lion-headed.
Man, Dolph Lundgren was in a movie called Shark Lake.
I didn't know that.
Just want to throw that out there for you guys.
Thank you.
I tied him together with the Universal Soldier, and it got me there.
Okay. So, Matt, any other thoughts on this chapter of Deep Blue Sea? or the film as a whole?
This is the second prison break movie that Thomas Jane was in the 90s. He was in Face Off, too.
He was a bad guy.
Yeah.
Was he a bad guy or was he an agent?
He was just a squirrely prisoner guy.
Squirrely. Oh, yeah, he was the guy with the glasses. He was with the Super Mario shoes.
Yeah. Clunk, clunk, clunk. That's what steel make. That's the noise that steel makes.
That's the sound that steel makes. Steel on steel action right there. Clunk, 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 clunk. It kind of makes that kind of a sexy sound, actually.
Yeah.
Really thinking about it.
Sometimes I just put that sound on repeat in my home.
This is like the mood music when you turn it on. It's like, oh, honey, we're gonna get in the mood. It's like kirk. It's like steel on steel, just hitting each other.
Listeners, I tried to end the podcast. They wouldn't let me. I tried.
You never asked.
Okay, I said final thoughts. Final thoughts, goddammit. Matt, do you have any other thoughts, any other notes for this chapter?
I think literally every thought has been put into this podcast, to be honest. But one thought I did have, and this is just because I'm a complete idiot, when they took out the battery to do the big boom scene, I thought at first it was a car battery. I'm like, why the would you put a car battery on like a ocean thing? I'm like, oh, a boat battery. I'm an idiot.
The cars of the sea.
Yeah, I was just boats are the cars of the sea, to be honest. But maybe I don't know. Maybe they were building a car on Aquatica, a smart car.
Whoa, maybe
the very first smart car that has shark brain inside of it.
That's it. They made the engine 5 times bigger so they could harvest the cells. So
8,000 pound. What does an 8,000 pound smart car dream about?
The long black
being
road.
On the sea. Long dark asphalt. This chapter was But it was fun. It had the actual title of the film in it, and that's all you can ask for in any movie that you ever watch. That you get to talk about that scene when you know what movie you're finally watching.
I want to join the How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days episode and then do that one when they mention it. That's my goal in life.
I actually think that film is being covered. May have already been covered.
I need to get on that.
I think they did it in 10 episodes.
Oh.
Yeah.
How to lose a podcast. How to lose podcast viewers in 10 days. Listen to this and then listen to that.
Yeah, they did How to Lose a Guy in 10 episodes.
Oh, okay.
It's been done. Yeah, we missed the boat.
Actually,
there is a boat in this scene. I forgot to like when Carter and Susan leave the little room. There is a little dinghy. It's an inflatable dinghy that is still floating. It's still like usable. They could escape if they needed to. Like if in the film a boat doesn't come along, there is a dinghy. I think it's probably a long way to row, but they could potentially get there. There is a way out.
And just leave the shark to its own devices. What if the shark doesn't get out? What if the shark it keeps banging into that fence and it's like, oh man, well, I don't know. This gig seems pretty good.
Hey,
I don't think they'd be good at rowing together. I think they just go in circles.
Yeah.
I think Carter would just take both of the oars and just do it himself. Yeah.
I think he'd be the only one to make it back to dry land too.
Yeah.
It's a good thing Sam Jackson isn't alive. He'd be eating him.
Get off my foot! Stop eating and rowing.
He's licking me.
So, Mark, any other thoughts on this chapter?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah. It's nice to have dialogue again. Nice to have dialogue.
It's nice to have people talking to each other. It's fun. Okay, Matt, where can the listeners find more of you online? Or in real life, if you want to hand that out as well.
Jay, you sound really world weary right now.
Yeah. It sounds like you need you want to come to where I live, Jay, and stay for a couple weeks. Have a holiday.
I don't think it's much better in America than it is in the world right now.
Where are we going? We should just go to Aquatica. I'm sure it's still there.
We created a whole new strand over here apparently. So
yeah, and you guys are really good at that stuff.
Yeah.
But now you're mixing and matching. You're kind of like seeing what fits. You know, you're kind of making you're making do. You know, kind of what we're doing over here.
We're keeping the British end up.
Only dumber. Us being dumber, should I say? And by
right.
us, I mean the royal us.
We'll give you a run for your money.
Okay, is that a bet?
No.
Are we having a dumb off here? Is this?
Oh, I did enjoy it in the commentary. Thomas Jane says the line, "That's the first smart thing you said today." Rennie goes, "Duh." Like, dude,
I love
you directed this film. You could have cut that out.
No, keep it in. We got to keep that in. Take the other stuff out. Yeah.
It's always sort of a director mocking their own film in the commentary.
Boy.
Yeah, so Matt, where can the listeners find you?
Simplistic.reviews is the site. It's new and improved for 2021. In the it's the most futuristic website you'll probably ever go to until you go to another website that's far more futuristic than ours. But podcast on the 1st and 15th of every month. Reviews incrementally, but all the fun stuff over it. And we dropped the .com stuff, .net. We're not doing that anymore. And that's how futuristic we are. It's simplistic.reviews. That's all you need. Type it in. And it will probably still reroute you to simplisticreviews.net because that's disappointing. But you have to type in three less characters. Who has time to type when you don't have time to type? Or you listen to Switchfoot or POD or Jars of Clay or Chad Kroger's Nickelback documentary.
And if you want to hear me,
original soundtrack. If
you want to hear me trying to act, then listen to some of the I crop up in lots of the skits in Simplistic Reviews podcasts.
You do. You are a legend on the.
You're resident when you need a British actor, British voice.
Can we get a real British actor
to try and do the likes of Christopher Nolan, Benedict Cumberbatch, and Ian McShane? Turns out I cannot do any of those people, but Ian McShane. I spent a long time trying to do an Ian McShane voice, and I got nowhere. So I didn't try. But yeah, that's always a fun time.
You need a little more grizzle in your
I need a lot
voice.
more grizzle.
But you are also our Vince McMahon, so
yes,
you do a great job with that. So,
still not sure how that happened, but it did.
You ooze Vince McMahon.
It's been said before. Yeah.
By us.
Only exclusively.
Only us.
So listeners, you can follow this podcast at Deep Blue Sea Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, or email us deepblueseapod@gmail.com, and find us everywhere. All places podcasts are found, you can find this podcast. Wherever you found this one, find it there. And you can read more of my stuff over at Life vs. Film, lifevsfilm.com. I'm trying to do more writing in 2021. It's not hard because I did practically none in 2020. So find more of my work there, or follow me on Twitter at LifeVSFilm, or join us over at the LAM, large association of movie blogs, largeassmovieblogs.com. If you have a movie blog and want to be a part of a big community of them, then come join us. Mark, what are your plugs?
Yeah, just listen to the Movies, Films, and Flicks podcast, Movies, Films, and FLIX. Let's see, check out my stuff at Rotten Tomatoes. I guess just type in Mark Hoffmeyer Rotten Tomatoes. Listen to Rotten Tomatoes is Wrong, their podcast. Watch Versus from Rotten Tomatoes. And then also the Film Theorist. I got some fun stuff working up for them. So go to, type in Mark Hoffmeyer Film Theorist, or just go to YouTube. Type in Film Theory. You can watch those. And then just be on the lookout for more dumb data. I got probably my favorite thing I've ever worked on. I'm working on right now. So it's probably going to take me a few more months, but I just want to let you all know that I'm very excited about my next dumb data piece, and I think it's going to be big.
Is it a Remar retrospective?
Crap. Well, now I have to find a new one.
Now you got to find a new one now. So it's like, this is going to set you back, Mark.
I've been like 4 years of my life just wrecked.
I'm sorry.
We got plenty of time.
I can cut this out. It's fine.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah.
It's like it never happened.
The secret is there still. Okay, good. No, but just check out my stuff. Yeah, it's all over. Just look it up.
Okay, and listeners, well, thank you to Matt for joining us for episode 29.
Pew. That was like my boom, but not quite.
Okay.
I wish it was more like that, like, and pew.
Like a big rock song. It's like, and here it comes. Boom.
And come back next week for Chapter 30, where another character dies. As for this week, I've been Jake Lewis.
And I'm Mark Boom Hoffmeyer.
And we'll see you next week. Bye.